Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Annalisa Itcore.
And I'm your host, Lisa Richardson. Today we're coming to you from the brand new and beautiful Canterfield of Bluffton.
Now, our first guest today is Susan Roberts. She's the Executive Director.
Next, we will have Clayton Cook, who is the Activities Director, here to share all about the exciting things happening.
And finally, Michael Mulcahy. He is the Executive Chef here at Canterfield of Bluffton.
So stick around for this episode of 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. Today we are at the brand spanking new Canterfield of Bluffton. It's an assisted living facility, super convenient location. And joining us is Susan Roberts. She's the Executive Director. Now, Susan, because this is a brand spanking new facility and our viewers may not be familiar with this, first and foremost, just tell us, what is Canterfield of Bluffton?
Great question, Annalisa. Canterfield of Bluffton is a retirement community. It is assisted living and memory care, and we are going to have independent living villas built on the back side of our property. So it is truly one spectacular place here in the Lowcountry for those seniors to retire to.
Now, when you mention the villas, that gives me the idea that this is a bit of a step-down facility?
That is very true.
Okay.
Absolutely. We are going to, as I said, build on the backside of our property those independent living villas. We are not the whole continuum of care as we have that in our community here, but we do not have skilled nursing on our property. As our sign says, we are independent living and assisted living. And so again, we're going to add those independent living villas on the backside of our property. The building that we are in right now that you see that just got built is assisted living and memory care.
Susan, let's talk about some of those terms, because I think there might be some misunderstanding in assisted living, memory care. Can you clarify some of that for us?
Yes. Assisted living is, it's care. It really is. But when you think about it, it's what type of care? Is it bathing? Is it dressing? Is it grooming? Is it medication management? It's activities of daily living that we're needing to help our residents with. But keep in mind of this, that it's not just the care aspect. It's also a social aspect of it as well.
That's a big part, isn't
Very
it?
much so. When you think about it, isolation and depression is so rampant in the older generation, and we like to have fun here. And so again, there's such a need for those social activities and those organized activities, and I could keep going on and on
and I think we're
about
gonna
that.
talk about
Yes,
that soon and
yes,
later in this
yes, yes, we are.
Now, you mentioned in there sort of a buzz phrase that I think is a growing need, which is memory care. So tell us a little bit more about the memory care aspect here.
Memory care is really assisted living. It really is.
Right, of
It's
course.
just a specialized care. It's specialized care. So our memory care is very small, which I feel is very important. It's almost as if we're giving one-on-one care to our residents. But keep in mind, again, to answer your question, memory care is for those residents that have Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and any other related memory problems.
Okay.
I think you said a very important thing is the companionship that's needed, and a lot of times for caregivers, it's tough to care for them and then keep them company. That's so important. So here they can interact with others. And I know you just opened, but how many residents do you have now, and what is your capacity?
We have only been open 2 weeks, and we have 9 residents. We're getting a couple more this week. We're so excited about that. We have as far as how many apartments we have, I might as well touch on that. We actually have 93 total.
Wow.
I know. Very excited about that. We have 71 assisted living and 22 memory care.
Okay. So you walk into this building, it is stunning, and clearly
It is.
your
I could live
staff
here, too.
seems lovely. I know. So I think a question that someone who is maybe looking for this type of a situation might ask is, what is the cost?
Very
I'm
good.
sorry, is that
No,
that's always that
that
testing
is-
question.
That's always
I
everyone's
know, but
question.
people are always
Yes.
going to ask.
So, such an important question because, again, that's almost one of the questions that I get first off
Well, of
when they come
course.
into tour. And I tell them, let's get down to the nitty gritty, you know, and let's cut to the chase and let's talk about it. If that's what they want to talk about first. It is a range of $3,600 to $5,600. Now,
Wow. that's not bad at
mind
all.
you, that is rent. Now, that rent is, of course, electricity and utilities are included in that, and meals. But keep in mind, there's another component, and that is care.
Yes.
So care is an additional fee. Care can be anywhere from $300 a month to all the way up to $1,500 a month. Again, depending upon what type of care your need is.
Okay. And that's a separate fee from the baseline fee.
Correct,
I
and we
gotcha.
just bundle it together.
Is that something that the family coordinates, or do you help with that
Oh.
aspect?
Very good question. What is important is that once they're ready to move in, we have our director of nursing go to their home or actually here and do an assessment, and we determine what that care is.
Cool. That's great. Now, what differentiates between that lower end and the higher end in terms of the apartment rent?
Yes, great question, Annalisa. It is really, we have 7 types of floor plans. So anywhere from studios to 1-bedrooms. And we have large 1-bedrooms. And I might add that we have walk-in closets. I mean, really? Walk-in closets here? I
In case
mean,
they
that's
can't give up that wardrobe.
exactly.
Well, you've laid some excellent groundwork, given our viewers a great idea of what you have to offer. We have Clayton joining us. He's the activity director.
Yes.
So he's going to talk about those wonderful things. So we will be right back with more 843 TV.
Welcome back to 843 TV. Joining us now is Clayton Cook. He's the activities director here at Canterfield of Bluffton. Thanks for coming and joining us today.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we're a brand new place. We've been talking to Susan about that. And as the activity director, you're getting things started. Share with us the vision that you have.
Well, for Canterfield of Bluffton, my vision includes all the typical kind of senior living recreational activities, such as bingo. We're going to have all types of outings. Today, we're actually going to go see some Christmas lights
Oh,
on the bus.
fun.
Mhm.
On the
It'll-
bus.
It'll be our first
Field
outing
trip.
on the bus.
That's awesome.
We're going to have types of like social events and things as well. All types of games. Families are always invited. So we love children here. The residents
good.
love children.
Well,
as
and I
well.
also understand you have like a theater and have movies. And tell us a little bit about that.
We have regular movies scheduled at least twice a week. There's always one Friday evenings at 7. Families are welcome.
Popcorn?
Yes,
Oh,
there's a
very
we have
important.
A brand new popcorn machine, only been used a couple times.
Wow.
And it tastes good.
Ooh,
It's-
good.
I make it myself, so I guess I'll toot my own horn and say I do a pretty good job of making popcorn.
That's great.
We also have the beauty salon. Our beautician right now is by appointment. As more residents are moving in, she'll be here more often. We have a spa room. That's also by reservation. There's a deep soak-in tub in the spa room. It's walk-in. We have the fitness
Oh, I
center.
want to come here, don't
Yeah,
you?
no kidding.
We have the fitness center where we keep the physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy in that room. And then our large activity room where most of the activities will take place.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then in addition to all those recreational activities, we have a large therapeutic view.
I was really interested in that therapeutic element, and I know one of the areas you concentrate on is music therapy. So what exactly is music therapy, and how does it impact your residents?
I want to explain music therapy because a lot of people misrepresent it in a way because they don't know. Not their fault, they just don't know about it.
Right.
In this area, I found that not many people know about it. There's 2 of us in the greater Bluffton area that I've seen that are practicing currently. But music therapy, according to the American Music Therapy Association, is the clinical and evidence-based use of music interventions to accomplish individualized goals within a therapeutic relationship by a credentialed professional who has completed an approved music therapy program.
Whoa, that's
How
a
long
lot.
did it take you to memorize that? That's what I want to know. 'Cause that
We
was
learned it in
perfect.
school. So I'm going to explain that a little bit because it's a long definition.
Yes.
So basically, I did say that it's all individualized, and that is true. We do assessments for everyone. We plan individualized goals for everyone, and then follow through with the interventions. And basically, therapy is the game, but music is the tool. So everything we do involves music, but it's not for the sake of music. It's for the sake of other things, such as we can increase physiological outcomes like breathing and things. We can improve physical outcomes. We can decrease pain, anxiety, agitation. There's a whole list of things, and I'd love to share that with people if we had a little bit more time, but I have brochures if anyone wants to stop by and pick up a brochure.
What's kind of makes very logical sense. You know, who doesn't like music to help with their mood?
Right.
Sense, you crank up the radio in the car, it gets you
Right.
excited. It really is soothing. So it makes very good sense to utilize that
Right.
in this elderly population.
And that is a form of therapeutic music. Music therapy is really a different type of thing. And I'll explain who can practice music therapy. It's basically 4 steps to become board certified. The first is to go to school, at least 4 years and receive a bachelor degree from a university that's been approved by the association. And then after your 4 years of coursework, it requires a 6-month internship, which totals 1,200 clinical hours. And then after that, you get to sit for your board exam once you receive your diploma. And then once you pass your board exam, you have your MTBC credential, Music Therapist Board Certified, and you have to maintain that every 5 years with continuing education and other types of professional development.
So give me a little bit of an example. I mean, is it all music that's played? Is there singing? Is there dancing? Is it all of that? Do they play
She's a singer.
instruments?
She wants
I'm
to
a
know.
musician,
You are.
so this really excites me and intrigues me.
Absolutely. There's 3 areas that every music therapist has to be proficient in, and you have to become proficient during school, and that is in voice, guitar, and piano. Of course, there's other instruments you can use. I also have a saxophone performance degree, so I use that from time to time.
Great.
I also use ukulele a lot, multiple percussion instruments. There's tons of things, but yeah, voice, piano, and guitar are required for the credential.
That's great.
Very nice. On a little different note, I noticed you may have had a little visit from maybe the Girl Scouts. I saw a little the sign and
Yes.
something they brought you. So as you plan future things, and if there's a school group or choir group that might be interested in coming and spending some time at the residence, is that something they can potentially look into and coordinate with you?
Absolutely. I love volunteers. I love anyone coming in. Of course, it's the help, and residents love seeing more people.
Yeah, and I know they like seeing the children. I know my daughter
Yes.
just went to a similar place with her school group, and they just spent some time and
Absolutely.
played cards and some games.
And the Girl Scouts, they were so sweet to us. They gave us a bunch of wreaths.
Oh,
I
the
saw them.
residents.
That they made those paper ones. They're beautiful. Well, maybe we can get a shot of that
Oh,
later.
yeah.
But they're very, very nice too.
Yes.
That's neat. Now, are there things that you do? You have the community reaching out to you. Are there ways that you encourage your residents to stay involved in the community?
Yes, we have a few residents that will be moving here that are part of Memory Matters. And we are kind of, since that's going on, we've kind of agreed to take our bus, I think about once a week, and we'll coordinate with Memory Matters, things like that.
Oh, that's
so we're
great.
still going to be very involved with the community, and the residents will be as well.
That's fantastic.
Great stuff. Clayton, thank you for sharing. You all stay right here. We'll be back with another segment of 843 TV.
Welcome back to 843 TV. Joining us now, we have Michael Mulcahy. He is the executive chef here at Canterfield of Bluffton. Now, first and foremost, It must be an interesting transition from being a restaurant chef to being in a retirement community being a chef. How did that work for you?
Absolutely, it is different than a restaurant chef. Being here in the retirement community, it is a captive audience. I mean, this is more like family than a guest coming in, to a restaurant. I mean, I
Sure.
see these people every day,
One and
it's
done,
like,
and this
it's
is
like
different, yeah.
cooking for family. So that's always a good thing, and I get to see their likes and dislikes.
So tell us about the schedule of the meal plan here and any specifications that you can accommodate. How does that work?
Anything dietary needs is accommodated, whether it's a doctor's prescription or from a dietitian. It's all possible of any kind, whether it's a salt or low fat or anything like that. So yeah, we deal with
So
that.
you have a set menu in a sense, but then if there's any
Yes.
alternatives that they need, you can accommodate that.
Yes, absolutely.
So I love what you said, that it's like serving a family. And,
Yeah.
as part of a family, everybody has their favorites. What happens, you might have a resident who comes in and says, so Michael, this is one of my favorite recipes that I used to make. Can you do something like that?
Yes, that's always been very interesting to me, is to see family recipes that have been passed down, from generation to generation,
Yeah.
whether it be a chocolate chip cookie or apple pie or, a meatloaf. So yeah, that's always, something that has been interesting to me, is to see those.
That's great.
Tell us a little bit about, we're told that dessert is a big thing here, and ice cream in particular.
Isn't dessert a big thing
I guess
everywhere,
it is,
Lisa?
right. And
Sure
who
it is.
doesn't like ice cream? But why is that an important part of the menu here?
Well, everybody loves ice cream, but we change up a bit, and it could range from apple pie, and ice cream, to a parfait of like fruit and brownie and white chocolate mousse, to red velvet cake, to
My favorites.
cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake, anything like that. Boston cream pie. So
Sounds all good to me,
Oh,
right?
I know. So,
yeah, so we change it up a bit, and yes, obviously everybody loves ice cream, so it's always available.
oh, that's nice.
So,
You
yeah.
always have that as an option.
Yes.
Now, that I'm sure is a very popular dish with everybody kind of categorically, but what is main course wise, what's one of the more popular dishes you serve here?
I did one that was given to me by my mother, and it was a chicken bundle, and it's very simple. It is puff pastry, and you make a filling, and it's got some cream cheese, lots of
sounds
vegetables, and poached chicken. Not heavy, real light,
Ooh,
with a
sounds
salad on the
great.
side, and they really liked that when I served it, so that'll definitely make another appearance.
Now, where did you start? Tell us a little bit about your background. And
I studied in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania Institute of Culinary Arts, and from there I had to do an internship, and my internship was in St. John, Virgin Islands. And from the Virgin Islands, I moved to Columbus, Ohio. I spent 14 years in Columbus at country clubs and some high-end restaurants and some corporate restaurants as well. And then I came down here and pretty much never left.
wow.
So-
Well, that's
Kind of the
easy
story
to do down here.
That's the story of most of
now
us
I'm
actually
here.
that got
So
here.
now I'm here. So.
So you've had a diverse background in
I
the
have.
culinary business,
Yes.
and tell us what's special about this kind of environment for you.
This to me, like I said, it's like cooking for family. You do get to know what everybody likes, and the hours, the meal times, that kind of stuff. It's set, and it's nice to know,
Yes.
everything.
I bet that's a blessing
I
over
bet.
the
I
restaurant
bet it is,
business.
yeah.
It is, yeah, the restaurant, and the hours are perfect for a lot of my staff and myself included. Quality of life is definitely there now.
Talk a little bit about the staff then that you mentioned.
Staff that I do have, they love food as much as I do. Really easy to train them. I do have a different style. Every chef has a different style, so it's not anything uncommon for my folks in the kitchen to it's not hard for them to get accustomed to. So
Well, not to stir the pot, because everything sounds so wonderful and lovely, but
Sure.
when you've got a set menu, you've got to have that resident that comes in and says, well, you're serving meatloaf tonight, but I don't like meatloaf.
Sure.
What do you do in that
Well,
situation?
we have
Obviously,
what-
they're not going to go hungry.
yeah, we have an anytime menu. If somebody wanted to come down and we were having, say, fish that night and they wanted a burger, we have burgers.
Oh, that's cool.
We have an anytime menu. If you wanted a Reuben or you wanted just a turkey and Swiss sandwich, with some, fresh cut French fries, we have that as well. So it's, if I have it in the house, I'm going to make it for you. If you want to come down at 4 o'clock or 4:30 when it's dinner time and you want to have an omelet, I'm going to make in on
Sure.
it. You know,
Okay, cool.
That's how I've trained staff to, the last answer to a resident here is no. If we can do it, we do it.
Wow, that's great. So not to say that it's like room service, but
No,
you can.
it's
If you want a
it's
snack,
very
you can
accommodating.
get a
Yeah,
snack,
yeah,
and if
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
really cool.
Absolutely.
As you're getting started here and
Mm-hmm.
you building your residence, is there any vision that you see going down the road that you'd like to see happen?
Not particularly, no. I mean, it's everything that's on track right now. We'll keep it on the
You
rails.
feel that
I
it
mean,
will
I do.
definitely be a program that grows as
Absolutely.
the population
Yeah,
grows here.
absolutely.
More
'Cause going
meals to
from-
cook and more meals to.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
going
absolutely.
from 9 to 93.
And hopefully, more recipes from family.
Oh.
that can,
That
that can
that
be
would be
included.
so
How about a family
neat.
recipe book?
Yeah.
There you go.
In the
love
future, I mean,
that.
that's definitely a possibility. I mean, that would be a fun project for.
Now, do you ever have a
Clayton.
vision of maybe the residents also, those that are interested? Because I know, I could imagine if I'm retiring, I still love to cook. Any possibility that you may have a program where they can
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
still get
Yeah,
their...
we could. That's definitely a possibility.
an
And that
activity
would
for
be-
Clayton.
That's a great
That would be
activity.
that would
Then
be
pass
that would
that
be
on to
Clayton's
Clayton.
department, and he could just
I want
let me
credit.
know.
I want full credit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would be fun to do.
I think that would
Fun to
be
do with
really neat,
residents.
having like cookie baking or something like that that you could do as a group.
Well, Michael, we can see that you're excited about your new venture here, and
Yeah,
so we
very
wish you
much.
the best of luck as
Thank
you're
you.
building here over here at Canterfield. And thank you all for watching today's episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.